Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to spend some time talking about what we're going to do this year in algebra and honors pre-calculus is sketchnoting. So, what is it? This is something that it's visual note taking. So everyone can do it, but why should you do it? Well, it's real simple. It helps you understand material, helps you remember what you're doing. You don't really need any fancy tools. Big thing is that you just need to know to do several shapes. You can draw it with just simple shapes, five simple shapes: a line, a square, a circle, a triangle, a rectangle. Arrows, topography, like the way you make letters. Over time, you'll get your own little visual library. Now, I've been sketchnoting for probably about 5 years now, and I like it a lot. So I just like to share a little bit. What takes practice. Some people think you have to draw a ton of pictures, but really sketchnoting can be something as simple as just taking different colors and different fonts and doing it that way. So you got to think about that. You do not have to be a good artist. Now, my wife, she's an artist. My daughter, she's an artist. But me, not so much. Now, where will you sketch? That's a great question. There's a couple things that you can do. Um, some people pick. You can sketch on a blank piece of paper. Other people use other people use like a sketch notebook, like I said you needed the other day, and then some people actually use a tablet or a Chromebook. I like this way. I like the sketch notebook better. I don't like using the tablet too much, but I think if I had an iPad and an Apple Pen, something like that, it would be good. Now, if you want to use a Chromebook for the to use the Sketchboard app, this is it right here. I've never used it. I have zero experience with it, but have fun. What I use is I go with the Sharpies. I use the ultra fine tip in the upper left hand corner, and then the fine tip right here in the lower left hand corner. You can use gel pens, you can use pencils, variety of tips and colors. I also have a cool pencil holder that I use to keep track of all my stuff, so that works pretty good. Um, Here is a couple of samples of some of my old sketches. This one right here, this picture right here, this one was a PD that we had to do, and there was a lot of. It was from a PowerPoint and a live lecture. This thing right here was about another PD I went to talking about hyperdocs. And you guys are going to have some experiences with that. But what's crazy is, if you notice, these are all different colors and fonts and shapes and bubbles, and nobody can copy my notes. But when I look at this particular instance, this is talking about what's important about the PLC process and how you have to analyze data and have smart goals, and your brain's like powerful, and then it was just lots of things. I go back to these situations, and it visualizes where I was at that time. Think of it as like when you hear a song, and it takes you back to a certain place, right? So, what should I sketch? There are three things you can sketch. You can sketch videos, which is cool because you can pause and rewind and then resketch it. You can sketch live lectures, which is the most difficult of them, or you can sketch note chapters or notes. So, this little picture I have right here is an example of an agenda. I took an actual document, a piece of paper, an agenda, and I sketch noted it. And this agenda was using Google Classroom and using Chromebooks and Go Guardian, and how to use Google Drive and different things in Google Classroom. But you can see mostly these symbols are important, but it's just a lot of different color words, but the check boxes are different, and there's some logos on there. So it just kind of gets me going. Three things that you need to remember is texts, images, and structures. The text is different kind of topography, which means kind of like the fonts, what kind of like boldface, little tiny script. Images, like what kind of, are you making cool pictures? I always make a cool guy with Google Classroom. And then structure, how do you want to flow with your sketch note? So the text is a topography. You can see the different types of fonts you can use. You can use bold, you can use bubble, you can use bold, regular, block. Lots of cool things there. Other ones, wild style right here, if you're like a graffiti artist, and it does take a little bit of practice. Even more fonts, right? You can do things with shading even, right? You can really draw anything you want with five simple shapes. And those five simple shapes are a circle, a square, a triangle, a line, and a dot. For instance, like if you wanted to draw a laptop, it's literally it's a bunch of squares. The donut is a couple circles, right? A couple dots. Real cool, right? Icons. You can do collaboration, risk taking, right? Support. Look at that stick figure guy. Choice. Overcoming obstacles. Here's an obstacle right there. Curiosity, perseverance, celebration. See these different like pictures that represent the exact same thing instead of writing growth or open-mindedness, right? Connected network, transformation. You probably can't see too good. Goals. I like that one. I think of that as like a learning target. Failure. Didn't hit your learning target. Practice. Right? Different types of icons. All these are made from the same five shapes. The third thing you got to think about is structure. So this one on the left is what they call, you put the title in the middle and you have a donut, then there's columns, and there's free path, and there's scatter, lots of different structures, right? Even more, there's linear, there's web, there's sections. However you want to do it, you make it your own, right? Um, Again, these are some of the elements. Sometimes you can use bullets, you can use frames, arrows, shadows, people. It's real simple, really easy to do. It just takes a little bit of practice. You're going to be fine. Banners are a good one, right? You can make it pop. Look at all these nice little things right here. And this looks super professional, but it takes, again, time. So remember, the three rules for sketchnoting are everyone can do it. You got to practice, and it's about the ideas, not necessarily the art. Okay, so look how bad this dog is, and look how good this dog is. Either way, you know it's a dog, right? Um, Bubbles and containers. It's super, so much that you can do with these things. Dividers, icons, text. This guy used the column, right? So you got to remember, you don't have to be an artist. It takes practice, right? We're all in this together. We got this. We can do it, right? So here's the thing. You can fall down a ginormous rabbit hole if you go to YouTube and you just type in sketch notes for students in math, and tons of things pop up. And I just like you to take some time and actually take a look at some sketch notes, because you're going to actually practice this, and that's what we're going to do. Like, you will have an opportunity to take notes on your own, but then you're going to use your sketch notes and transfer them into a book that will be yours and make it happen. All right. So hopefully this makes sense, and I'll talk to you soon, and may the force be with you.